Yes, Rohan, go ahead.
Hari Om everyone. Today we will learn Shloka 4.3. So let's start. Shreyas, you can just repeat after me.
Okay.
So repeat. Sa evāyaṁ
Sta evāyaṁ
mayā tejya
mayā tejya
yogah prokta
yoga prokta
puratanaha
puratanaha
bhaktosi me
bhaktosi me
sakha cheti
sakha cheti
rahasyam
rahasyam
hetaduttamam.
heta uttamam.
Okay, so Shreyas, can you read the meaning which is
Okay.
below that?
The same ancient knowledge of yoga, which is the supreme secret, I am today revealing unto you, because you are my friend as well as my devotee, who can understand this transcendental wisdom.
Okay, so its meaning is Krishna is telling to Arjuna that the knowledge of Brahman, the knowledge of the universe, I am today telling the knowledge and giving the knowledge to you because you are my friend and my devotee. As we all know that Arjuna was Krishna's friend and his devotee too. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna that you are the one who can understand this wisdom and this mystery of the science. So is there anyone who wants to share their understanding?
Rohan, sorry, before that, does anyone have any questions related to this? Yes, Nivya.
Can you just explain the meaning once again?
Yeah. So what it means is the knowledge of Brahman, the knowledge of the universe. Krishna is telling that knowledge to Arjuna because Krishna is telling to Arjuna that, oh Arjuna, you are my devotee and my friend who can understand this knowledge and the science of the universe. So is it clear, Stingna?
Yeah, clear. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome.
Anyone have any other questions? Okay. Before that, Rohan, could I add one more thing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So to understand the shloka a little better, I want you all to do a small experiment. So think of a student who wants to understand the Bhagavad Gita, or a student who wants to learn what we are learning. So which is, who am I really? What am I doing here? What is my purpose? So to answer these questions, a student needs to have certain qualities, right? So I want you all to sit down for a minute and write down at least a few qualities you can think of for a student or for anyone to have before they understand the true Atmajnana, or the true what Rohan said, the true knowledge of Brahman or the universe. So I'll give you an example. If you're confused, I'll give you an example. So let's take the example of Arjuna. Arjuna, one really good quality of Arjuna was that he gave up all his knowledge. He bowed before Krishna. He said in the first shloka, that's what he's saying. Sorry, not the first shloka. I think the second chapter, first shloka. He's saying, I'm bowing down to you. I'm open to everything that you are sharing to me, and everything you teach me, I'm going to accept. So that's one beautiful quality of any student, that before learning something, you should keep aside what you think you know. So let's say I tell you I'm teaching you maths, but you think you have everything, you have a degree in maths, you have a PhD in maths, and you say, no, I know everything in maths. What do you need to teach me? So when you do something like that, you have nothing to learn from the other person. You have nothing to accept. So one beautiful one really good quality of Arjuna we can see from this is that he bowed down before, even though he had a lot of knowledge, even though he knew so much, he bowed before Krishna and he said, I'll accept everything you say. Please teach me, please help me through this turmoil or this dilemma that he was in, right? So is that clear? So like this. So if I were to write this in a few words, his ability to give up or put aside his own knowledge, that is one quality. So just like this, I'll give you all of a couple minutes. You can write it down, or you can think of a few qualities that a student or anybody must have in order to learn Atmajnana, or the true knowledge of Brahman. If you guys have any questions related to what I just asked, you can please ask. Yes, Namit, please.
Actually, it's not question. I just wanted to share what I had written.
Oh, okay, already? Let's wait a couple minutes so everyone has time to write down or think of things.
Okay, sure.
So I'll give you exactly about 2 minutes on the dot.
Can you tell what should we write again?
So just think of qualities that you think a person must have in order to learn what we all are learning here. So to learn the true meaning of who I am and what I'm doing here. Is that clear? Like the example I just gave. Imagine, let's say Arjuna didn't even want to understand what Krishna was offering to him, and he didn't even put aside his own knowledge. He would have never learned so much, right? So like that's one quality. So he put aside everything he thought he knew. Yes, Chirantan.
Just I wanted to share my understanding.
Okay, let's wait a couple minutes. You have about a minute left. Okay, your time is up. Is everyone ready? You don't have to have 2 minutes. You can have about like 2 or 1, even 1 works. Or if you don't have anything, that's also fine. Okay, let's start sharing. Kirtana, sorry, Chirantan, can you go ahead?
So first thing, I think be a good listener.
Huh. Right?
And then always thinking of what Guru has told.
So can I say contemplating what the Guru has taught?
Yeah. And always have faith in yourself. Be positive.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, go ahead.
And have faith in Guru and follow what Guru tells with hesitation.
So I'll add this over here. Have faith in oneself as well as Guru. Right? Okay. Anything else, Chirantan?
No, that's it.
Thank you. That is really well said. Ethan, please go ahead.
Yes, so the first thing is be a good listener, and you should have concentration and determination, and also you should have complete faith and surrenderance to the Guru.
Also, you should have perseverance, and yeah, and whatever the guru tells, you should listen to it with concentration, and you should have the determination that you should follow it. And whatever the guru tells, like you should practice it. That is perseverance. You should have perseverance.
Sorry.
I have a question. What is perseverance?
So perseverance meaning the ability to, I'm not exactly sure, but the ability to follow something once, like it's basically like determination, right, Kirtana? Kirtana?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Was that correct?
yeah, I think it's like whatever the guru tells, you have to follow it and practice it. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah. So perseverance, Snigdha, means come what may, once when you decide. So sometimes there may be ups and downs in whatever you're practicing, but you have decided, you're determined that I will make it happen. So you persevere. Okay, so this technique did not work. For example, let's say you want to wake up every day at 5 o'clock. You keep alarm. You forget. Even when the alarm is ringing, you may sleep. So next day you decide, okay, what's the next idea? So you keep persevering. Means you keep repeating different ideas till you succeed.
Thank you.
Yes, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So Aditya, you can ask people, children, to add whatever is not already added.
Yeah, that's what. So does anyone else have anything to add that's not over here?
Me?
Yeah.
I have.
Okay, let's go in order. I think Namit, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, so a
Something that's not up here.
good learner should have curiosity.
That's already up here. Okay, curiosity. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, and there should be quest for knowledge.
Quest or thirst?
Quest for knowledge.
So that's the same as curiosity, right?
Yeah, and a good learner should have dedication.
Dedication. That's determination, right?
Yeah,
Determination.
and we should also have focus.
Focus. That's concentration. It's already up there.
And sincerity.
Sincerity. So sincerity, when you say sincerity, isn't that similar to faith in the guru?
Yeah,
Right.
we can take it.
Okay. Thank you, Namit.
Thank you.
Snigdha, anything else to add?
Yeah. So you should show interest, and you should be attentive, and you should also apply it in your daily basis.
Right, that's perseverance, which is practicing.
Okay. Show interest.
Yeah, I'll put that.
Okay. Be attentive.
That's concentration.
Okay.
Maybe.
Then I have nothing else.
Okay. Thank you, Snigdha. Shares?
Yeah, a true learner should have their own responsibility, and they should be passionate about their work and about Bhagavad Gita, and they should learn, and they should know how to manage time, and last, they should be disciplined. They should be self-disciplined, and they should they should leave distractions.
Right. Thank you. Is there anything else? That's it?
Is responsibility?
Yeah. Okay, sorry. So when you say responsible, what does that mean?
Like about if your guru said to practice some shlokas, you should be responsible and do some shlokas, and sit for a time and relax and do the shlokas and take the responsibilities.
So that comes under perseverance, right? So to actively practice what is taught.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Shreyas. Akshat, anything else to add?
The true learner will be humble.
Humble. So what do you mean when you say humble? So
Like they will always listen to their guru's words and follow it. They'll not just do like thinking of their own and doing something.
yeah, right. So that already comes under a good listener, right? So a good listener is in a way humble. Can we say that?
He will keep up his word.
So that's perseverance. So practicing what is taught by the guru.
But the keeping up the word is slightly different from perseverance. Perseverance is a quality to keep attempting, whereas keeping up the word is like the story that Chiranthan said. When you made a promise, you will work towards keeping up your promise.
Right. Okay.
So that's it.
And thank you, Akshat. Thank you. Anything else, Chiranthan and Shreyas? Okay, Chiranthan, go ahead.
So every moment is a learning process. So we should learn from our mistakes. We should learn and move forward.
So can we say not be discouraged by failure?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Thank you. Shesh, you had the same thing, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay. Kritik, you are going to add something?
No, it's already done.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. This is a really good list, actually. So this is what I was coming to. So this is also talked about in the Shat Sampati. So Shat Sampati is 6 qualities of a learner. Sorry, 1 second. So it's talked about the Shat Sampati. So there are many qualities: Shama, Dama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Uparati, and Samadhana. So they're like this, there are 6. I'll briefly go over each of them. So like we said, Shama. So Shama is the first one. So what does Shama mean? So let's say there's a person who's really disturbed in what they're doing, or they don't have any peace of mind. Let's take the same example of Arjuna. He was really concentrated at the moment, but he was still in turmoil. Not that he was peaceful, but he was still in turmoil, and he in that moment he was over there. But let's say there's another person who doesn't even want to learn, who's completely distracted by what they're doing. So I think someone said this. So they should leave all distractions. So when you leave all distractions, you can be in the moment, you can be concentrating, and this is talked about in Shama. So Shama basically means having the peace of mind, or having the presence of mind. So that's what this is, the first one, Shama. So peace of mind. Next is Dama. So this is also similar to distractions. So let's say we're going on a flight from here all the way to somewhere far away, and it's overnight. And let's say they're playing a movie in front of you. So you'll be tempted to watch the movie all night instead of sleeping in the overnight plane, right? So you'll be watching, let's say you're watching this movie all night, and in the morning when you wake, when you get off the flight, you're really sleepy and you're tired, and you don't want to do anything. So this is an example of how the distraction around you has affected your well-being. So here the person or me, let's say, we should have had Dhamma. Dhamma basically means having control over our mind and our senses. So what our mind says and what we consume through our mind, right? So if that person really had Dhamma, they would have been able to control what they what they consumed, and they would have been well rested the following day. And next, there's titiksha. What does titiksha mean? So let's take a simple example. I think many of us face this every day. Our teachers, after a class, they tell us to do some homework. But personally, I've never wanted to do homework. But we've always been forced to do homework. So this is a form of titiksha. We should always do something even though we don't want to. So why is your teacher telling you to do homework? Because he or she wants you to improve in the subject, to learn more. So titiksha is your ability to essentially do something even though you don't want to. So, but not that you don't do the homework, right? You still continue to do the homework because your teacher asked you to. So that's your sense of titiksha. You can do something even though you don't want to. That's what titiksha means. And next is shraddha. So so let's take an example. Your mom gives you a seed, and you have to plant it. So you don't know if the plant is going to grow. You don't know if it's going to give you fruits or vegetables or anything. You simply you put the seed in the mud, and you take care of the plant. You nurture it. You give it water. You give it sunlight every day, and you make it grow. But you're doing this even without knowing whether this plant will grow or not. So that is shraddha. So performing an action, even though you don't know what is going to happen through this action. So this, in the same example of planting the plant, this plant may die, or it may give you beautiful fruits that you can eat. So, but you're still you're not that you don't know what is going to happen to the plant. You're still performing an action even though you don't know what is going to happen. The final fruit of your action, or the final result of your action, you're not aware of it, but you're still performing this action. So that is shraddha. So to perform your duty without knowing the final result. And finally, there's the one more is uparati. So uparati is basically let's say you're given a job, a task. You enjoy your task even though let's say the same homework example. You may not enjoy the homework, but you're still doing the homework, and you're doing it with enjoyment. So you try to bring out something new in the homework. You try to do it as good as you can, and you enjoy this homework. So enjoying the process and enjoying every single thing you do, even though it may not necessarily be good or bad, you're enjoying it. That is uparati. And there is
I want
samadhana.
to add one thing. See,
Sorry.
when you have to do something simply to, let's say, perform, you may not necessarily understand why you are doing. So as an example, if let's say your teacher has given you homework, and if you simply are saying, I have to do anyway, so let me do, then you won't enjoy. But when will you enjoy? When you understand the higher purpose of it. Why is the teacher giving you the homework? So that you can learn better. And by learning better, what happens? You will be able to perform better in whatever, let's say, exams are your next levels. Is it not? So uparati essentially means you understand the higher purpose of what you are doing. Then naturally that understanding helps you to learn how to accept and to enjoy what you're doing. Yeah?
Yeah, thank you. And finally, the last one is samadhana. So samadhana basically means to be content with anything you have. So samadhana, there are many times we always desire something. Let's say we get a chocolate, and then we eat it, and then we say we want one more chocolate, and then we want one more and one more and one more. We're never content with how many of our chocolates we eat, right? And eventually all this chocolate, it gives you trouble. You may feel queasy in your stomach, or you may feel ill. So being satisfied and content with what you have is samadhana. So these six are the Shat Sampati. So basically Shat Sampati is the six qualities of a person which must be inculcated in order to learn anything in life. So you need not necessarily remember each of them and memorize them. Just remember the essence of each and do your best to inculcate them in your daily life and everything you do. Whenever you learn something, think about these things. You don't have to remember and memorize them. Just think about them and inculcate them wherever you can. Snigdha, you have a question?
I wanted to tell something about samadhana.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So, can we say that samadhana also means being calm, to be calm?
I think that comes from Kannada, right?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
But
Because my
in a
mom
way-
always tells me that.
Sorry?
Because my mom always tells me that when I'm angry.
Yeah, be samadhana, right? Even my mom says that. So I think samadhana can also mean being content with, in this context, it's being content. It can be a way to tell someone to be peaceful. But in this context, I think they're talking about being content with what you have and being in peace with what you have. In a way, it can mean the same thing.
Okay, thank you.
Is that clear? Anyone else have any questions related to these 6? Or anything Rohan also taught? Nothing? Okay. Then can we go ahead and share? We are already a little over time. So maybe just 3 of us can share and the rest of us can share a little, like on maybe on the group if you want to. Or you can send a voice message, you can send a short text message. Is that fine? Or does anyone have anything else to do now? Snigdha, you have to go?
No, I have to tell today's riddle.
Yeah, we'll finish this as fast as possible and you can share it after. Okay. So 3 of us can
Let us do one thing. See, if everyone, I think it is very important that everyone has to share, right? So what you can do is, Aditya, the qualities of a good learner that you listed, as well as the Shat Sampati, you can share in the group. And for the next session, each one of you can come prepared with what is your understanding of your own qualities regarding these and what qualities you must develop more. Bring those examples. Let us continue the contemplation of the same shloka in the next session. Yeah, so we don't have to necessarily hurry up now and complete it.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I'll be sending this on the group then. All of you can, so as Vijayji said, we can all think of these 6 qualities that we see in us and things we can improve, right? Anyone has any question related to this? Okay.
So you can consider, okay, so for example, what does it really mean to accept unwanted situations? What does it mean? So is it even practical? So think like that. And if you have any particular situations where you have been able to accept, even when you did not like it, and what happened to you, and because of accepting, how it changed. So you can bring that experience to share in the next session. Or if you have a question, no, this won't work. This is good in theory to accept unwanted situation. How is it even possible? You may have a question. So bring that question. Okay, so let us understand these 6 little clearly and in right depth. Yeah, so let us use our next session. But for that, all of you have to do this homework. Look at these 6 qualities and then see what is your own understanding. You should be able to speak. Each one of you have to be able to speak about each of these 6 qualities. That is the homework for next session.
Thank you, everyone. I'll stop the recording here.